Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Good morning, and welcome to Good Morning Crypto, where we turn your early hours in the morning into your edge and financial freedom. Sorry for the late start. We had a little bit of technical difficulties this morning. We were trying to get his green screen to work. You know, you got to create a virtual background or virtual camera if you want to use stuff in OBS. And it's a little bit early to be doing technical things. So
amen to that.
I'm glad you made it here on time, because I know last night you were like, so when's start time? And I was like, 5? Is it? I was like, it's 5:45, and you're like, oh crap. Well, I'm going to bed now.
Exactly. I really thought I had like an extra hour in there with the time difference there, but nope.
Oh yeah, no, it is bright and early. Welcome to the land of the living, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we are the early birds, so we like to get prepped for the day and get prepped for success extra early. And
there you go. Well, cheers with my coffee here. There you go.
Well, cheers to you too, and cheers to everyone else that's drinking coffee this morning.
Good morning, everybody.
I know Jesse Gulak is probably like 6 cups deep right now, because he's always prepped with some coffee, and it's like 11 a.m. his time. So
I was gonna say, yeah,
he'd be drinking that coffee. But I know you got a lot to talk to the people about, because you're starting a brand new video series. So after we get some people prepped for some success today with those changes in the price this early morning and that pre-market, and we dive into some Bitcoin, we will get back over to you and we will talk about your new video series. I'm going to leave you on the screen when we dive through this, so if you have anything you want to chime in this early morning, go ahead.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, man.
Most definitely. It's going to be pretty fast paced, so let's get you prepped for some success today. I've got that stock heat map pulled up like always. We are seeing some slight sell off this morning. We've got Apple sitting down 3.75 from its close Friday, continuing to see some sell off, down 0.78. We've got Nvidia up 2.59 from its close, sitting down 1.14 this morning. Got Berkshire Hathaway down a whopping 2% in the pre-market right now, off of a very green close on Friday. Amazon also sitting to the downside, down 1.38. We've got Eli Lilly, which got smacked quite hard at the end of last week. Saw a little bit of a buying pressure step in on Friday, but sitting down 0.43 right now. We've got ExxonMobil sitting down 1.06 in the pre-market. We've got Tesla sitting down 0.4%. We've got P&G sitting in that neutral range, up 0.1. We've got Microsoft sitting down 0.89. We've got Google sitting down 0.81 and Meta sitting down 0.8. So looking quite to the downside this morning in the pre-market. Let's get swapped over to that crypto side of things, because we're seeing a bit of green right now. We've got a lot of big bubbles right here in that top 25. Let's scroll on down. We've got Bitcoin sitting down 0.9. We've got Ethereum looking quite neutral so far. XRP up 0.1%. BNB sitting down 0.1%. We've got Solana up 0.9. Dogecoin up 0.1. We've got Cardano sitting down 0.8% right now. Tron looking quite neutral on that daily, getting a little bit of a push on that hourly. We've got SWI with that massive green bubble sitting up 6.9%. We've got Chainlink down 0.1. We've got Avalanche down 0.6. We've got Leo remaining quite neutral as it is that exchange token. We've got Stellar Lumens up 0.1. Shiba Inu down 0.5. TON down 2%. We've got HBAR down 0.3. Bitcoin Cash up 0.3. And Hyperliquid maintaining that 20 spot up 0.8%. For our fear and greeds, we are looking quite neutral, quite towards that neutral area on the stock side. We're just 2 points away from neutral. You know, I did say that we'd probably start seeing that maintain that neutral range, maybe some light dips back into the fearful. It's kind of what we're getting as the stock market seems to be a little more sure with what's been going on. We do see some trade deals which have been in the works, so that will also add some more surety, get you lighter dips into that fearful side on the stock market. For crypto, we are back in neutral. We got a massive dip back 12 points and sitting at 52 and neutral. Let's hop over to the liquidation heat map. We're just going to hit some of the bigger time frames here. We got that 24-hour with a lot of liquidity on both sides of us, sitting at up about 96,500 and 95,500. So two areas to the top side with a little bit of a gap in the middle of that. We do have 93,400 to the bottom side. Let's scroll out to that 3-day because that's a very nice area for those market makers to kind of hit when you get those big explosive moves. We've got a lot of liquidity that is stacking on up towards the upside as we've swept the mid-range of our liquidity here on the 3-day. We've got that top side being at 98,700 and quite a broad range here to the top side. So looking for a little bit of a downside sweep before we start clearing some topside liquidity. And when we get over to that Bitcoin chart, you will kind of see what I was looking at for that bottom side sweep. Let's see if this 2-week will load a little bit faster. There we go. We got a quite bare liquidity on both sides of us. Kind of what you want to see when you get to these higher term time frames if you are looking for upside movements. So looking quite nice on that 2-week. Let's swap over, get that economic calendar pulled up because we do have some heavy data coming out this morning. We will be getting ISM services PMI at 10 Eastern time. So quite a big market mover. We are looking quite neutral on the change. So was sitting at 50.8, forecasted to be 50.6. So not a drastic change there. Might be just waiting on those market makers to really decide which direction they want to send it. If that and your global services PMI come out quite neutral, then I would look for that nice move towards the top side with a liquidity sweep, kind of see if we can bump up against some of that top side resistance. I know I see a lot of people in the chat here this morning. Let's give a few people a shout out. We've got Jesse Gluck in here, Crypto Billy in here, nice and early. We will be, I'll have to set it up once CryptoCoinMindSet gets to some talking, but we will redirect over to that morning motivational video. We've got Crypto Bedell in here, Kyle Fields in the house. We've got K Diggity as well. Good morning to you, sir. Let's see, we got Ray Cross joining the alumni. Good morning to you, sir. If you have Discord, make sure to connect your YouTube to the Discord. We have a lot that goes on in that Discord. We've got a nice Bitcoin DCA strategy, and we give a few classes as well. We should have one coming out this evening, and you can ask us all about that DCA strategy. We got Florence in here this morning. Good morning. We got Steve Hickey as well. I see CryptoCoinMindSet in the chat as well. Good morning to you, sir.
I finally made it into the chat. Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know we had a lot going on this morning, so
yes.
let's dive into this Bitcoin chart real quick. I'm going to hit the daily, zoom it on down to that 1 hour, and then take a look at the 15-minute, and then we will get over to a quick news article, because I know you love Temu, don't you?
Oh yeah,
So
out there every day.
I had to, we'll talk a little bit about Temu, and then you can let the people know what you do over at your channel and that new video series that's going on. So
Sounds good.
we've got Bitcoin pulled up on the daily. We are seeing a little bit of a rollover here on these indicators as we did make that brief push against the 236. We got right above it, swept some topside liquidity. We're now seeing some liquidity starting to pile up right above those areas. That is what we just looked at there on that liquidation heat map. But you are seeing that rollover here on the MACD, as that MACD is looking right at our indicator line here on the daily, waiting to see, as we've been talking about for the past week or so, if this short-term money flow can really bleed over into our higher term time frame. After losing this 236, I do think we try to make a last ditch push up towards it, see if we can turn that into some support. But we do have this massive fair value gap sitting right below us. This is pulled from that daily, the start of which is going to be 91,900 there. So we've got a little bit of liquidity in that area as well. There was some sitting directly to the top side of that fair value gap. You do have a little bit of some green money flow here on the daily, and we are at a crucial point here. It is seeing a little bit of a rollover, just like the other just like our indicators here, with that prime oscillator looking red and to the downside. Very nice volume here, but we're going to have to keep an eye on about that hourly to 4 hour money flow to see if it bleeds over into this daily and continues with some green here. We do have that 1 hour looking a little bit like you could see some upside movement here if you do get that money flow coming back in. This is where we had talked about wanting to see that money flow bleed over. This is the wrong direction, because the 1 hour is bleeding quite hard here. We do have very, very, very red money flow, as it is pointing back to the downside all over again. You can see here a nice deep red money flow as it's rolling back over here. Your volume is looking quite nice though, so a little bit of some hopium there on the 1 hour. If you can maintain that volume and start to push back up towards your positive money flow, then you could see that last ditch effort to try to maintain that 236. But things are looking a little bit toppy on both that daily and the hourly here, as you're at a very indecisive point with your prime oscillator and your MACD looking a little bit sideways there. So seeing if we can at least come back down to this fair value gap, close out at least to the midpoint, which is sitting at about 95. We've got 9,300 there, which would be your mid-range, and you've got a lot of liquidity in these areas as well, as we saw on that liquidation heat map. Let's see what the 15-minute is looking like, and the morning might bring our way here. Also quite at a very indecisive point. You've got your MACD and your indicator line running in tandem there, waiting to see if we break to the bottom side of that zero line, as we've got extremely red money flow, and we have since about Friday on the 15-minute. So seeing if we can maintain some of that positive volume and see if we can hold up at that fair value gap top at about 91,900 there. If not, you do have that midline coming in at about 9,300. Going to depend a lot on this money flow, because it's starting to bleed over into your higher term time frames, And that's not really what you want to see, especially with that daily rollover. You do have the 382, which is a nice little hold up point. I have talked about 88,800. That's about the bottom side of that fair value gap. Would be a nice area to really hold up if we do see that sell off continue. All right, let's hop over to that news article real quick, and then we can talk about what you got going on there. We've got Temu. We've got Temu says it's only shipping from the U.S. That doesn't mean products are made there. You know, we've talked a lot about trade balance here on the Piper Academy, and this ties into that quite a bit. We've got hours after a key U.S. tariff exemption expired on Friday, Chinese e-commerce site Temu announced it was overhauling its shipping model, sending out all American sales via U.S.-based sellers. All sales in the U.S. are now handled locally based sellers with orders fulfilled within the country, a Temu spokesperson said in a statement early Friday. Temu has been actively recruiting U.S. sellers to join the platform. The change is a major shift for the platform. Temu and other Chinese e-commerce based sites like Shein and AliExpress had previously used the de minimis exemption, as it is known, to flood the U.S. with ultra-low priced goods. And while U.S. President Donald Trump says that he wants his new tariffs to help bring manufacturing back to the U.S., the move by Temu shows how major companies could evade the demand and try other tactics. The de minimis loophole allowed for shipments of goods worth $800 or less to come in the United States duty-free, often skipping time-consuming inspections and paperwork. And this is why you've seen a lot of crappy products entering the United States. Let's scroll it on down just a little bit here. We've got it. The vast majority of Shein and Temu products are manufactured in China and imported directly to the U.S., which is why the prices are so cheap. Temu's new business lingo may sound like it's right up Trump's alley, but just because a product is shipping to customers from a local warehouse doesn't mean it's made in the USA. Sites like Temu and Shein have been building up their U.S. warehouse portfolio for years to lower shipping times. Last year, the Biden administration began criticizing the de minimis exemption, while Chinese shippers sensing a clear vibe shift. Shein began stockpiling goods, bulk shipping to the United States warehouse as early as last year. Chris Tang, a professor of global supply chain management at the University of California, Los Angeles, previously told CNN. That's about all I really wanted to hit there. Let me get the both of us pulled up so we can talk that one on out, because I know we've talked a bit about this on HODL the Line as well.
I was just gonna say, yeah. Oh man, and we'll probably be talking a little bit more about it tonight on HODL the Line, for that matter. It doesn't surprise me what you read there at the end, that they were thinking ahead, even when Biden was still in office, to go ahead and pull this, stores of goods here to make to realize that if this whole de minimis thing went away, which here we are, they'd be in a better position than they would ordinarily be otherwise. So that doesn't surprise me.
Oh yeah, and that's something that's quite different over there, is they do think forward quite a bit, and they're like, hey, yeah, what if this always isn't around? Not only does it help on their shipping times, but if this always isn't the case, you can't have a trade deal made up. They might move their manufacturing places to someplace like India, which we just made a trade deal with, and that's where you would see that kind of roundabout thing where it's like, yeah, it's a Chinese business. They're just making it in India. You've already got years worth of stockpiled, which is what you've also seen this massive trade imbalance with the US and China, We're talking trillions of dollars worth of goods are sitting inside of America right now that have yet to really be like paid for. It's just sitting there waiting for someone to order those goods. And
Yep. And believe me, we're consumers. We'll order those goods. I mean, yeah. Like I said, I order every day, don't you?
you joke, but I know people like that.
Oh, same. I do too. I do too. And I'll even put it out there. Some of them are in my family. I'm just saying. But yeah.
Oh yeah, they're like, but it was $2, and I'm like, yeah, it was $2. That's why it broke in 6 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
What were you saying? But oh, it was only $2. No, you don't understand. Yeah, it was only $2, but you could have spent $6 and got something that didn't break in 6 weeks.
Exactly right. Exactly right. But yeah, it's just they see the price tag, man. They see the price tag. That's it.
Yep, and yeah, it's consumerism at its finest, and China has definitely taken advantage of it, which is why Trump kind of wants to bring that consumerism culture and have that spent on goods manufactured in the United States. Because like I've said before, if you buy something more locally from a company that's local, 70% of that dollar will stay within the United States, as opposed to if you spend that somewhere else, 60% of that dollar goes to that foreign country. Are you trying to help people in China build better roads? I'm trying to help people in America build better roads. Because you know what? Our roads here suck. I don't know how we call ourselves a first world country when our roads are so crappy. But a big part of that is because we are such a consumer-based country that doesn't spend very much money here at home. So,
facts. Sad facts, but facts.
All right.
Oh, man.
I know.
Look at that. And we it's not even hot of a line, and we're already getting going here.
Oh yeah. I like to keep it a little bit spicy, but I know you dropped
with that, man.
I know you dropped a new video series last night, and that premiere went right after Crypto Billy's show. So tell the people a little bit about your new venture here. I know I did a few recordings with you. I heard Piper did one and Crypto Billy as well. So tell the people what that was all about here.
Yeah, sure. Glad to. And thanks for having me on, by the way. I hope I don't tank the ratings on your the analytics in YouTube, because I'm so like Jesse said, my eyes are closed here. Yeah, last night I was invited on to Billy Goat Tales, and thank you, Crypto Billy, and everybody, the whole team over there for that. And right after that show, so a lot of the people who are here in the chat were there when I did the premiere of the first video in the series, which was Crypto Billy and I talking about having the right mindset in the space. Basically, to bring this around full circle here. When I first started here in the crypto space back in early 2017, I became like a sponge coming in. I couldn't get enough information coming into the space and just trying to learn every possible thing I could. I mean, I was up all night just watching any video or podcast or whatever I could get my hands on. And at that time, there was crazy amounts of information with regard to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, or at least quality information with regard to that stuff. And so, I mean, at one point, I mentioned even last night that my wife thought I was crazy because I just wasn't sleeping. It was just constantly one after another, just ingesting all this stuff. But basically, as I was going through that process, I realized, listen, I gotta at least document what I'm doing, because why should everybody else have to go through what I'm going through? Maybe I can make it a little bit easier. So I started that with my website, CryptoCoinMindSet.com. And eventually that spawned into an early YouTube channel, which just sucked. And on from there, social media and so on and so forth. Fast forward and to a couple of years ago now, and I decided that things were shifting in the landscape as far as YouTube and everything was concerned, and I had gone through my phase of losing all kinds of money, chasing different coins and so on and so forth, and kicking myself in the butt for doing it. And it was time to come back to basics and start trying to interact more and put out better information here in the space with regard to crypto. And maybe 6 months ago or so, I decided, you know what, I need to do that by coming back to basics, because as we are coming into the cycle, I figured there's going to be a lot of new people coming into the space. And again, it kind of hit me way back to my start time that they're going to be finding a lot of crap information here. So we need to put out, and when I say we, I'm talking about this whole community that's even here right now sitting in the chat, because as a group, and Billy talked about it in that premiere last night, that we need to kind of clean up the space. We are the people who need to clean up this space by putting out the good information and creating communities of people that are going to be able to help to promote that. So my thought process behind this whole series, which is broken up to like 5 different modules, is to get a good base that no matter who in the space, like if somebody comes to you and says, hey, I want to learn about Bitcoin, I want to learn about crypto, blah, 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 you have a resource to utilize to be able to send them to. That's I'd like to say that was it in a nutshell, but that was pretty long. So I'm sorry.
No worries. No worries. Hey, I mean, it definitely beats the very trial and error way that I got into crypto. So where I was like, okay, so I found out about Bitcoin. How do I buy it? And then I had to do web searches. And of course, back when I was getting into Bitcoin, there was only forums where it was like you're talking to some other nerdy dude that's also sitting in some library somewhere that's just like, just Bitcoin thing's so great. And you had to go find miners and you had to directly send them money, and it would have been great to have some video resource back then. So I'm glad you're compiling this all into one great video series. I know that last one from last night, which I dropped that link in the chat. Go ahead and check it out after the stream. Well, after the morning motivational video, because I got that.
Gotta go there first. Yeah.
I got that redirect all set up. Go ahead, click that link, give CryptoCoinMindSet a nice little thumbs up on that video, and let them know what you thought about it. What is
good or bad? That's, well, you know what, BC, you bring up a good point. Can I just say that as I've been recording these videos with everybody and inviting these guests in, this series has been kind of like a work in progress. So I've added videos now from having these conversations, like, oh, I didn't even think about that aspect. We got to add another video for that. And so it's continually growing. And so if you put something in or you think something else needs to be addressed, put it in the comments. You will be helping me out immensely. So thank you in advance.
Oh, yep. All engagement is helpful engagement. Even if it's a thumbs down or like, this video sucks, like, that's still engagement, bro.
Amen.
We will take all the engagement, and then we'll use that information to try to get that this video rocks comment. And we're here to serve the people. And that's what it's all about. I do like that you have that original crypto mindset, which I know we did a video about some of that, where the original crypto message was, hey, Bitcoin's all about freedom. And I like my freedom, and I like it so much that I want to talk that message to everyone. And I want everyone to have that freedom. And it's kind of nice that we've got people like you and people like Crypto Billy that are really kind of getting back to that original crypto roots, where it was like, hey, Bitcoin is freedom. Let me shout it from the rooftops, and let me do it for free. Let me just give as much as I can, because I know at the end of the day, the more people that I help gain freedom, the more that I'm helping myself, whether that
Yeah.
be through the way through just a positive action and redirecting that positive energy in your life, or just getting a little bit deeper into the space. Because I've noticed that the more I help people, the more I also learn. It's been quite fascinating.
Facts. That's exactly what I was trying to get across with that last statement I was saying. But let me know, because I'll add to it. I can't think of everything, you know what I mean? And yes, I do use AI to help me pull it all together, but I'm sorry, AI is just AI. Sometimes you need to know what the people want to know, and so that's where crowdsourcing like this helps. And to your point, it also helps to build a good community of people that got each other's back. Even, it's kind of funny, Trade Intuition, I don't know if he's in the chat here. I haven't been watching the chat while we're recording this too much, but he messaged me last night. He's like, hey, that first video, because I did like a welcome to crypto now what kind of thing to introduce the premiere that came up, and he's like, hey, you forgot to put this in there. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I ran back this morning and threw it in there, So it's like this community. I love this community. I said it last night, and I'll say it again. I love this community because we got each other's back, and that's great, because you can't always think of everything. So shout out to Joe. Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's another great resource there. If y'all aren't following Trade Intuition, which I'm pretty sure most of you are, should definitely go over there. Check out his channel as well. I know he will be live with CryptoCoinMindSet here later.
11 a.m.
There we go.
Right after Piper.
Yep. So right after Piper, we will. I'll see some of y'all in that chat there. So I know we got a lot of people here saying that they like your new venture idea, where instead of gatekeeping information and keeping it where you got to pay for that, you just give the people what they need. And eventually, you'll see these communities thrive. If we can help prevent the next big like FTX situation, I'll be super happy. That's why I do like the way that you talk, and that your mindset is quite similar to mine and a lot of the crypto aspects, where it's not, hey, you've talked about it quite a bit, where you chased the bags. You probably sold some Bitcoin for some project that you probably should have just left alone, and you've learned the hard way. Should have stuck to some Dino project, as we'll call it. Maybe. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with a good Dino project that has
absolutely not
the good utility that crypto was all about, instead of being, it's like, okay, so what's the latest craze on the internet, and then we'll throw our money at the latest craze on the internet, and then it just dumps 700% in 30 minutes. Like, that's not what we're here for. We're here to build you that long-term wealth, and I like that you keep that message. And you're here to prevent the people from learning the hard way, the way that both of us have. Because you know what? I've fed the market
anyway.
Yeah.
What's the saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't always make them drink. So.
Oh yeah. The people are thirsty, but they don't know what they're thirsty for. So
right.
all we can really do is give them the best content that we can.
And BC, I want to quit while I'm here. I want to say thank you, man, because like BC mentioned, he's helped out with 3 videos so far. I've got him pegged up for a couple more, actually. He doesn't know it yet, though. Okay, don't tell him. But anyway, matter of fact, the first in that series that he alluded to is premiering this Sunday. My plan is to premiere every Sunday, 7 p.m. after Billy Goat Tales, the next one in the series. That's my plan. And this Sunday coming up, 7 p.m. Eastern, will be myself and BC. We'll be talking some crypto history. And part of that freedom mindset that he was just talking about will be on display during that. So thank you, BC, for all the help you've provided me so far. I appreciate you.
Not a problem. I've been quite happy to do it. I did not know that that one was going to be second. So
it is.
I definitely enjoyed last night's. I had it on in the background as I was doing some work, so I wasn't in the chats as much as I'd like to be. But it was quite nice to hear a lot about mindset and how the framing of your mindset not only helps you in your crypto journey, but helps you in your daily life as well. I know that's
facts.
It's a very nice video that kind of sets the framework for the rest of everything going on in your crypto journey. So
amen. And Crypto Billy, man, that guy can put it out there. Talk about alpha, like always on. That's bam. Can't say enough and can't thank him enough. I mean, this whole community, he helps everybody. So,
all right, that's what it's all about. You know, that hashtag givers gain.
Exactly.
Let me get a, you got anything else you wanted to talk about there about your video series? I'm going to drop a link to your channel in the chats real quick. Send everyone over there so that they can check out that. I also dropped the link to last night's video. So go ahead and check that one out.
Yeah, I don't think so. I really appreciate you having me on this morning. Between the guys on Billy Goat Tales last night, you this morning, I really appreciate all the support. And that way we can start to get the information out there. I know it's going to be slowly dripping out over time because, believe me, it takes so long to edit these things and record these things and coordinate getting the guests on and that kind of thing. So it's literally a work in progress every single day of every single week as I drip them out there. So thank you to you guys, and thank you to you, BC. Appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem. Always happy to have you on. I know it's I've talked about it before, but this time slot is really hard to fill. I don't know it. I talked to Billy about that before he was on. I was like, I don't know why, but this time slot's super hard to fill for some reason.
Boy, it's a real head scratcher why it might be hard.
Yeah. Not everyone is like me. I've been up since 3 a.m. and it is now 5:25 my time. So
God bless you. The alarm went off this morning and I was thinking, can I please hit snooze? And I'm like, no, don't do it. And good thing, because look, we had so many technical issues this morning and this still exists. There we go.
Oh yeah. Well, here after not after the show, because I gotta head out the door to go to work, but here sometime this week we will get you set up with a virtual cam. So the next time that you show up here, your green screen is working, because
right.
it's
I appreciate that.
Yeah, not a problem. I always forget that not everyone is like me, or it's we've got everything set up for everything, because my camera just green screens. It's so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and that's why I use StreamYard for all mine, because it does it all automatically. It's just like click, 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 and boom, there it is. I mean, I'm sure OBS is that simple once you get used to it. But where I didn't even have it loaded in my computer when I turned the computer on this morning, here we are.
Yeah, I've used OBS for, I don't know, like 5-6 years now, so I'm just comfortable with it. And yeah, it's similar to StreamYard, but a little bit different as well. So we'll get you set up with that virtual cam so that people can see
appreciate that.
Yeah, so you've got a great green screen background, so we need to share it with the people.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it?
Trust me, I had to get that all set up with LBC back when me and him were doing shows together, because he has the physical green screen, and it was such a joy. You just You go in there, you can create your virtual cam, and then that's basically the camera source. So it's fun, it's technical, but we'll get it done for you.
Yeah, you'll hook me up. I have no doubt.
Most definitely. You got anything you want to leave the people with before we wind the show down? Because it is 5:28 my time, and
Yeah, it's almost time for you to scoot. Just to say again, thank you. Appreciate everybody this morning. I'm sure I'll be seeing a lot of you again on Piper Academy in a couple of hours. Again, myself at 11 o'clock with Joe, and we'll be live then. We're going to go to Joe's stream right after that, and then you're going to see me and this guy back live again tonight with Crypto Bedell, who I think is still in the chat. So Bedell, have a good day at work, man. Yeah, out of the line tonight. So busy day for me today. I ought to look really good tonight.
oh
Thanks,
see,
everybody.
I love Mondays. You know, I start the mornings off with this, and then I get to end it with you and Bedell, and it normally gets a little bit spicy.
Yeah, because by that point of the day, we got to let some stuff off our chest. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Last week, there was that giant news article that was all about American business, and I just ripped it. I couldn't help it.
It's funny. Bedell was the calm one. Yeah.
Well, we'll see how calm he is this evening, because we've got an article about mining to go over. So
Yes.
we'll see how he feels about some cloud mining services, since he's a physical miner.
Although he does like XRP, so they kind of go together a little bit there. So yeah, he might surprise us.
I'm eager to hear all about it. Well, it is 5:29. I appreciate every single one of you for showing up. We will see y'all at the morning motivational mindset here in just a second. After the video ends, it'll redirect right over there. Make sure to tune in to the rest of the shows on the Piper Academy. We've got the morning market report at 10 a.m. Eastern time with Piper and OC. We've got trading with OC at 7 p.m. Oh, no, 8 p.m. Eastern time, because it's
8 p.m. Eastern.
Yep, 8 p.m. Eastern time. There we go. You know, Central Eastern, it throws
I know,
me off
man.
sometimes.
I know these time zones.
And we've got Markets After Dark with Lunar Beaches Crypto. Make sure to check out last night's one. He dropped a banger of a video talking about the FOMC rate decision this week, because you know, that is coming middle of the week. So we might see a little bit of price movement off of that. Other than that, make sure to wake up, because today is going to be a good day.